There's an incredible amount of knowledge here at the library at Haynes headquarters, and with knowledge comes power. But that power is meaningless without action. If you've got a project car that's sitting around, I implore you, take action now, get it running. Because today, we are hopefully going to get this car running. And when this thing finally ticks over after 15 years of dormancy, I don't know what wave of emotions are going to come over me, but it's probably going to be pretty heavy. So there are several things we have to do before we possibly get it running today. Right now we still have some oil draining because last week I was able to get some movement out of the engine after pulling out all of the spark plugs finally and some oil pumped to the system, so we're draining that right now still.
Jesus Christ.
Shall I move this over here? No, I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't tighten it that much.
Oh! You refilled it with oil?
No, I did not. I did not.
Where the fuck did the oil come from?
There was probably an air pocket.
Well done.
It's good for the blooper reel.
Man. Oh, well, the engine didn't turn over, so. Yeah, as a result of turning over.
You mean it pumped? You mean it pumped fuel?
Pumped oil.
Or
not pumped
oil.
fuel.
Oil, I mean. Yes, oil.
And then we were also able to remove the dangling sway bar that could have obstructed some things later on. So we'll sort that later once we get a new one and figure that thing out. But what could be the biggest obstacle today is going on up front with the fuel tank because, well, Brad, if you want to explain to them, Bradley Brownell, who also writes for Renlist, but also is in charge of Flat Six Society at the Drive, what do you have to say about what's going on up front here?
Well, I pulled the fuel pump out and there wasn't any drainage coming out of the tank, so I'm a little worried that it's sludged up in there. I want to get in there and try and investigate a little further. I'm worried that the lines might be packed a little bit, so we'll try and blow those out a little bit, and hopefully we'll have a good fuel system here. We can refill it with some fresh fuel and get this thing running.
And then after we do that, we have to make sure that we get new tires on this thing so we can get it rolling out of here if it does run today. And thankfully, the folks at Yokohama came through in the 11th hour and hooked us up with a set of Avid Vigors. And I've known this tire for a while. I like the technology on it. It's not actually made with petroleum, it's made with orange oil, so it's good for the environment, and it's got good performance too, so I'm excited to see how it works on this car. So thank you, Yokohama, for coming through in the 11th hour. But, again, it's really a fingers crossed situation. Good God. It's like peanuts in there.
Here we go. Oh boy.
Oh my God.
It's slightly dark. It's a little sludgy. Yeah, dip in the solvent tank will clean that up. It'll be fine. Not ideal. Ooh. Ooh. What? You can just peel layers of nasty old
lemon.
Oh yeah. If you look down here, sorry, you just see kind of black tarry stuff all the way around.
How much sludge is in this tank right now? How many inches?
I would guess about an inch in the bottom baffle, and then maybe an inch in the top above the baffle.
And with the acetone that we just purchased, how long do you think it'll take for it to clear, if at all?
There's no telling, but I would say that you would want to keep it in there for a few hours at the very least. Overnight, maybe.
Yeah. Can you walk us through the condition of the lines and what we have here in the front, that black
Sure.
sludge and stuff like that?
Sure. Well, we'll start at the back actually. So once the tank was out, I disconnected the lines up here at the fuel distributor. This is your CIS, which is continuous fuel injection in German. I don't know what it actually stands for, but this line is your feed line coming from the tank. So I basically just unplugged it from the fuel distributor and blew a bunch of air through this to try and blow the lines out through the front. So once that was blown out, you can go to the front and you can see what actually came out of the fuel lines, which is very similar to what's in the bottom of the tank. And it's all over the floor, but you can see there's some black sludge all the down there, and that basically from the pressure, reverse pressure through the fuel lines, blew out from this line here, this fuel feed line. So that was actually, when I took this out of the tank, there was a little bit of sludge just kind of like built up there, like it was a hard rubber stopper. And once that blew out, it kind of just exploded outward. So there's a long road ahead. It's going to take a while, but I think we could potentially have it running today if the fuel pump plugs in, we plug into a tank of gasoline, just a plastic 5-gallon pail, and then run that to the engine. It should fire and run, you know, once spark plugs and oil and everything are back in it. I mean, obviously we won't be driving it for a while.
Right.
Still needs some stuff, but
Yeah.
But yeah, at least it's in a position where I'm comfortable trying to get it to run. So
Alrighty.
we'll see how it goes.
So we are going to go out and pick up the tires that were just mounted.
And your fuel pump?
Yes, so we're going to pick up the fuel pump. The fuel pump's ready. The tires, the Yokohama Avid and Vigor tires that Yokohama was so kind of sponsored for us. Those tires are mounted, and we're going to get those back in the shop here, and we're going to mount them to the vehicle. We're going to continue with the work we need to do, and we will come back to you when we are ready to, cross fingers, start Project Stork for the first time after 15 years of death. Right now, we are about to undergo what may be the most important part of the Project Stork saga thus far. We are going to attempt to start the vehicle for the first time after 15 years of pure, unadulterated death, non-existence, re-emergence from a dusty grave that was my mother's garage. This is a big moment. Okay. Oh my God. Oh, that's amazing. Oh my God. Let's
You
get.
know what I've been running like 6 hours ago if you haven't gone to get tires? I just have to.
Brad, despite your terrible, terrible jokes, We did it, buddy.
We did it.
We did it. And Patrick Stevenson, too, behind the camera.
Thank you, Patrick. All of your assistants. Mr. Wagon Master.
We couldn't. I'm going to stand close to you in an intimate way so you can get in on the mic, because we're not.
The mic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
But we did it.
It ran.
It ran. We're back to where we were in 2002 when we parked it.
Well, we're slightly worse off because there's no fuel tank in it.
Yeah, but we're cleaning it right now, so.
Sure.
Yeah, but wow, the progress. Episode 3.
In one day.
A day that will live in, not infamy, but fammy.
You'll remember. You'll remember this day for the rest of your life.
I absolutely will.
Dude, that was awesome. I'm so honored to have been here to help you through this.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate
it. I would have been disappointed leaving today if it hadn't been running, and now I'm stoked.
Yeah.
It ran.
Wow, one of the better days of my life, really. And not just what just happened, but all the help that they've been giving me for the past 48 hours. You, Patrick Stevenson behind the camera of Motor Affair, you guys rock. Thank you both so much, and thank you all so very much for watching. I forgot what I was gonna say.